Wisdom has always been one of the greatest tools a person can possess. Throughout history, thoughtful individuals have tried to understand human behavior and share lessons that help others live better lives. Among those voices is Benjamin Franklin, a man known not only for his role in history but also for his practical insights about character, intelligence, and happiness. His observations about human nature remain relevant today because people still face the same challenges of ego, pride, ignorance, and growth. Learning how to recognize foolish behavior is not about judging others, it is about protecting your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. A foolish person often believes they already know everything. One of the most dangerous habits anyone can develop is the refusal to learn. When someone thinks they have nothing left to learn from others, they close the door to growth and wisdom. True intelligence comes from curiosity and humility. The wisest people understand that knowledge is endless, and there is always something new to discover. A fool, however, treats every conversation as a chance to prove themselves right instead of a chance to learn something valuable. Another sign of foolishness is constant arguing without understanding. Some people feel the need to win every discussion, even when they lack knowledge about the subject. They interrupt, dismiss different opinions, and focus more on defending their ego than discovering the truth. Wise individuals approach conversations differently. They listen carefully, ask thoughtful questions, and consider perspectives before forming conclusions. Listening is often more powerful than speaking. Impulsive behavior is another common trait of foolishness. A person who acts without thinking often creates unnecessary problems for themselves and those around them. Decisions made in anger, excitement, or pride can lead to regret later. Wisdom teaches patience. When someone takes time to reflect before acting, they reduce the risk of making mistakes that could have been avoided. A fool often ignores advice, even when it comes from experience. Throughout life, people encounter mentors, teachers, and friends who offer guidance based on lessons they have already learned. Ignoring helpful advice does not prove independence. It often leads to repeating avoidable mistakes. A wise person listens carefully and evaluates advice with an open mind. Another sign of foolishness is blaming others for personal failures. Growth requires accountability. When someone refuses to accept responsibility for their actions, they prevent themselves from improving. Taking responsibility may feel uncomfortable at first, but it creates the opportunity for progress and self-improvement. Fools often chase attention instead of purpose. They seek recognition, applause, or admiration without focusing on meaningful contributions. This habit can lead to shallow achievements that bring temporary satisfaction but little lasting fulfillment. A purposeful person focuses on building skills, creating value, and improving their character. A foolish person also tends to repeat the same mistakes. Life offers lessons through experience, but those lessons only become valuable when they are understood and applied. When someone refuses to learn from past errors, they become trapped in a cycle of repeated problems. Another important lesson connected to a happy life is moderation. Happiness rarely comes from excess. Whether it involves money, work, or entertainment, balance is essential. Moderation creates stability and prevents extremes that could disrupt peace of mind. Patience is another powerful quality connected to wisdom. Many people become frustrated when success or happiness does not arrive quickly. However, meaningful achievements often require time, effort, and persistence. Patience allows progress to unfold naturally without unnecessary stress. Gratitude also plays an important role in happiness. People sometimes overlook the good things in their lives while focusing only on what they lack. Gratitude shifts attention toward appreciation. When someone recognizes the value of what they already have, life becomes richer and more meaningful. A foolish person often surrounds themselves with negativity. They listen to people who complain constantly or discourage ambition. The environment around a person strongly influences their mindset. Choosing positive and thoughtful company encourages growth and motivation. Another valuable insight about happiness involves simplicity. Life becomes complicated when people chase unnecessary competition or material comparison. Simplicity encourages focusing on what truly matters, such as meaningful relationships, personal growth, and inner peace. Time is one of the most valuable resources anyone possesses. Foolish individuals waste time on distractions that offer little long-term benefit. Wise people treat time carefully. They understand that every moment invested in learning, creating, or improving adds value to the future. Humility remains one of the strongest signs of wisdom. A humble person recognizes their strengths while remaining open to improvement. They do not feel threatened by the success or knowledge of others. Instead, they view it as inspiration and an opportunity to learn. Another quality that separates wisdom from foolishness is discipline. Discipline allows people to stay committed to the goals even when motivation fades. It transforms good intentions into consistent action. Over time, disciplined habits produce meaningful results. Self-reflection is also essential for growth. When someone takes time to examine their thoughts, decisions, and behaviors, they gain insight into how they can improve. Reflection turns everyday experiences into valuable lessons. Fools often talk more than they listen. They believe their voice must dominate every conversation. Wise individuals understand that listening provides access to knowledge and understanding that speaking alone cannot offer. Another lesson connected to happiness involves generosity. Sharing knowledge, kindness, or support with others strengthens communities and relationships. Generosity creates positive connections that enrich life far beyond material rewards. Integrity remains one of the most respected qualities a person can possess. A wise person keeps their word and acts according to their values even when it is difficult. Integrity builds trust, and trust strengthens every relationship. Curiosity also fuels happiness and growth. When people remain curious about the world around them, life becomes more interesting and engaging. Curiosity encourages exploration, learning, and creativity. Another trait of foolishness is stubborn pride. Pride can prevent someone from admitting mistakes or accepting help. Letting go of excessive pride opens the door to improvement and stronger relationships. Consistency plays a powerful role in building a good life. Small positive actions repeated regularly create lasting change. Consistency builds momentum that eventually leads to success. Healthy relationships contribute greatly to happiness. Surrounding yourself with supportive and thoughtful individuals creates an environment where growth becomes easier. Respect for others also reflects wisdom. Treating people with kindness and understanding encourages cooperation and mutual respect. Learning never truly ends. The moment someone believes they have learned everything is the moment growth begins to stop. Wisdom encourages people to focus on meaningful goals rather than temporary distractions. Peace of mind often comes from living according to values rather than chasing approval. Personal growth becomes more powerful when it is shared with others who also seek improvement. Every experience in life carries a lesson waiting to be discovered. Those lessons shape character and understanding over time. Recognizing foolish behavior helps people avoid unnecessary struggles. Applying wisdom creates a path toward a calmer and more fulfilling life. Thoughtful reflection turns everyday moments into opportunities for growth. A happy life is not built in a single day but through consistent choices that align with wisdom and purpose. If these ideas inspired you and helped you see life from a deeper perspective, this channel is the place for more powerful insights and timeless wisdom. Subscribe and become part of a growing community that values knowledge, self-improvement, and a happier way of living. More meaningful lessons are coming, and your journey toward wisdom continues right here.